Welcome back to Take Action News, everybody. David Shuster here on this, our first show in 2013. So glad to have all of you with us over our radio stations, also online on our YouTube channel, Take Action News TV. You may be watching clips of this particular show later during the week. Also live on TakeActionNews.com and WeActRadio.com. Over the past week, there was a Gannett newspaper here in the New York area that published the names, addresses of gun permit holders that were essentially in the suburbs of New York, of Westchester County. These were public records. In order to get a gun permit, you have to file a public application. But a lot of the gun owners were infuriated that this happened because they said it was a threat to public safety if people knew where the guns were, because then criminals could break into the homes and steal the guns, et cetera, et cetera. So there was Ann Coulter, on the right, of course, decrying that anybody would release public information about gun permit holders. And here's what she said on Fox News. Listen.
People with gun permits, by definition, do not have criminal records. Why can't we get the criminal records? No, we can't get that. Why can't we get a record of women who have had abortions? They get money from Planned Parenthood. They get money from Medicare, from Medicaid. Much of this is their tax subsidies. I think, mothers might want to know what other women on their street might be willing to murder a child.
Is there an equivalency between information about gun permit holders and, I don't know, women who exercise their reproductive health choices? Let's bring in Cliff Schecter from We Act Radio, also Mayors Against Gun Violence. Cliff, welcome to Take Action News. What do you make of what Ann Coulter was saying?
Unmute yourself, Cliff.
All right, we're going to give Cliff another second here.
Oh, can you hear me?
There we go. There we go.
Yeah, the whole unmute thing, that's tough for somebody at my pay grade.
Yeah, it's almost more difficult than trying to figure out where the gun permit owners are. What do you make of what Ann Coulter was saying, that there's an equivalency? If you're going to do gun permit owners, well, then let's go ahead and women who get abortions, they should be publicized as well.
Well, of course, that's an insane comparison. I mean, it's Ann Coulter. This is what she does. I'd like to know who she killed to get that goiter implant of hers, but I suppose that's a whole other story. Yeah, I know I probably shouldn't have gone there, but it's Ann Coulter. With abortion, by the way, something that is a constitutionally protected right for a woman's right over her own body, I don't believe that can harm anybody else in the neighborhood. If somebody has a gun, has an arsenal next door to you, like this teacher they just arrested in Burlington, Vermont, who had put up YouTubes and things about how he was going to, how he had taken military-style tactics and all these things he was going to do. Well, people saw him walking around with assault weapons, reported him. We might have had another Newtown up in Vermont. These are teachers who these people want to arm. I mean, I'm torn a little bit. I don't like the idea of publishing people's personal information. I think, though, we need to balance that against my right to know who my next-door neighbor is, if my kids are going to play in my backyard, if somebody's got a whole arsenal. So I think it's a tougher question. The Ann Coulter part is just Ann Coulter being Ann Coulter. She's an idiot, and she always will be.
Is this the way the right tries to sort of bastardize nuanced issues? Because as you pointed out, there's a lot of nuance and complexity to this issue, a lot of different sort of balancing you have to do in your own sort of mind to think about this rationally. But on the right, there's no sort of balancing. There's just slapping awful, insane labels on one side or the other that they disagree with.
Well, isn't that always the case with them, right? I mean, whether it's starting a war or anything else, just go do it. There's never any thought given to, maybe they won't invite us in and throw flowers at us when our troops march in. I mean, this is just the right work. So there isn't a lot of intellect going on there these days. So you're right. She takes an issue here. She obviously just tries to make it incendiary when this is a real issue. But I would tell you this, when it comes to sharing information on guns, it's the National Rifle Association, the front for arms dealers, that has done their best to make sure that no information is shared. There's no research is done. They passed the T-Hart Amendment stopping different agencies in government, FBI, ATF, others, from sharing information that would save lives. They've made sure that records from background checks are destroyed within 24 hours, which is insane. They won't let us pass things in New York. We're trying to pass a micro-stamping law, which would make it so that each bullet could tell you what gun it came from. They don't want us to have that. They won't allow someone to run the ATF. They haven't allowed someone to do it for 6 years now. I mean, every way they can suppress information, and perhaps the worst of all, the CDC can't even do studies on guns without asking permission. I mean, this is what the NRA has done to suppress information. So I don't think they've got much ground to stand on.